What if the nuke isn't a nuke? What if the steel crate in Carol Sturka's driveway is something worse? Why does the Hive broadcast at exactly 8,613.0 kilohertz? And what happens if you jam it and humanity doesn't come back? Why is Earth being cleaned? And who or what is waiting 600 light years away? Welcome back to Pluribus. Vince Gilligan, the man who spent a decade mapping Walter White's moral rot, found a new kind of horror. Not death, not zombies, perfect happiness. Season 1 ended with the world dying politely, a smile on the face, a knife in the mind. But Season 2 isn't just survival. It's a war for the right to be human. Flawed, miserable, real. Today we're breaking down the most terrifying Season 2 theories. The crate, the frequency, the dark forest, and the truth behind the human-derived protein. Let's start with the cliffhanger that detonated the internet. That massive steel crate in Carol's driveway. This is the moment Carol stops being the most miserable person alive and becomes a Heisenberg-level threat because she asks the Hive for one thing, an atomic bomb, to test their radical accommodation. And here's the problem. The Hive can't lie, biologically. So if they accepted the request, logic says the crate holds a weapon. Which sounds insane. Why would the Hive hand a rebel the power to vaporize them? Unless it's not a bomb. Here's the darker theory, the consent loophole. The Hive can't harm Carol's living body, but flashbacks revealed they stole her frozen eggs, the last biological link to her late wife. So what's inside the crate? A nuke meant to reset the world? Or her own genetic material, delivered as ultimate leverage? A hostage without a heartbeat. While Carol prepares for a physical war, Manusos Oviedo prepares for an electronic one, because he figures out the others aren't just communicating, they're broadcasting. The Hive is synchronized to a biological radio signal, 8,613.0 kilohertz. That frequency is the psychic glue of the apocalypse, the invisible chain around every mind. Manusos has a plan. Weaponize noise, jam the signal, break the spell. But that opens the nightmare scenario, echo fracture. Forensic analysis suggests the virus isn't an infection, it's an overwrite, permanent, hardware level. So if you jam 8613 and unjoin humanity, you might not get the original people back. You might get billions of empty shells, bodies with no one inside. Instant, global brain death. Manusos thinks he's building a cure, but he could become the greatest executioner in human history. Now zoom out, way out. To understand why this is happening, look 600 light years away, Kepler 22b. Because Pluribus isn't only a biological thriller, it's galactic survival horror, and it points straight to the dark forest theory. The universe is a dark forest full of hunters. Civilizations stay quiet, or they die. So what if an ancient AI is sending 8613 to aggressive species like humans? High-tech, expansionist, dangerous. And instead of destroying us, it pacifies us, turns us into a non-violent hive, so we never leave Earth, never spread, never become a threat. They're not saving humanity, they're euthanizing it, compassionately, cleaning the house before the new owners arrive. Remember the shrink-wrapped body parts Carol found? That human-derived protein? The Hive values the collective mind, but the individual human body? That's just fuel, meat for the machine. And then comes the emotional gut punch. Zosia. When Zosia kissed Carol and used the forbidden pronoun, I, we thought it was real. We thought love cracked the algorithm. We were wrong. Zosia wasn't falling in love, she was performing. The perfect tactical romance. While Carol was distracted by connection, the Hive was raiding her medical history. A biological heist disguised as intimacy. Now, Season 2 expands the scale. The official count said 13 immune survivors existed. But wait, we already lost one. One of the immune actually surrendered. They looked at the pain of total isolation and voluntarily gave up their mind to the Hive. Now, the count is 12. 12 minds left against billions. But what about the undetected outliers? What about Bora, a 68-year-old man in Istanbul, surviving with his cats? In a world where every mind broadcasts at 8613, the only way to stay human might be to stay completely silent. The clock is screaming. Carol has 1 month before the customized virus is complete. So here's the final question. In a world where your thoughts are public property, do you take the crate or do you take the hug? Make your choice in the comments. And if you want to survive the Hive, hit the like button and subscribe to the Resistance. Now, click the video on your screen, because there is another terrifying Pluribus theory you need to hear before the joining begins. Stay paranoid.